if you just want to create the report of the individual item here, first you need to run the numbering. This numbering, number modified object. Okay, click. So here you run the number modified object. So number modified object, it means the system will automatically assign the piece mark to each element. So since I copy this one to this 1, 2, 3, 4 might have the same piece mark. Okay? But this one and this one, of course, totally different panel. So the system automatically assign the piece mark for that panel differently. Okay? Same as the bar. So for the bar, if you go to this reinforcement, so this rebar, of course, it will have this. If you inquire that rebar, so there is a number here, marked 28. And then the other rebar, if I inquire, so that one is marked 5. So totally different marking. So the system will take care of that one. We don't have to assign that piece marking to each rebar. Okay, by the simplest way to get the report is if you press the Control B. Okay, press the Control B or the report. Now let's, at this point of time, kindly select the assemblies. Because look, if I select assembly, I can simply see this one is per assembly. See, I select per assembly. Yeah. So now, let's try first to create the one report. Let's say this one. So from the Control B, kindly look for the cast unit rebar list. Once you select this cast unit rebar list, also select the cast unit here. There is a button here, Create from Selected. Okay? So click Create from Selected. So here, this is the report for this particular element. Okay? So this is only one element. This is one element. Look, what are the what we can see here is first W3. What is W3? That is the wall. Okay, that's the piece mark for the wall, W3. And then you have the C40, the volume of the concrete for W3, removing the without the opening, and then the total weight of the whole cast unit. So under W3, I have these embeds. What are the embeds? I have 3D model, I have 2 lifting anchor, and then I have 3 splice. Actually, this one should not be spliced. This one must be, we can rename this one later. This one must be what? What do you call that? Grout tube.
Grout tube.
Yeah. 3 must be the grout tube. Okay? Okay, and then after that, the reinforcement, it will show you the different reinforcement, the position number, and then the length. So 40-20, remember the dowel bar, 40-20, and then you have the 10 dia bar for the what do you call that? The trimmer bar, and then 8 for the what do you call that? The loop, the connection, and so on. And then lastly, I have also the mesh. So mesh, it has only one mesh. Position 12, okay, top bar unidentified, so 28 by 3940 polygon. So that one is only for one. Now, what if I want to have, let's say, I want to create, let's say, this floor. Okay, the whole floor. So one click, again, create from selected, and then, do you want to replace the existing file? Okay, yes. So now, it will create this whole floor. So, see? So you have those, in one report, you have everything there. But again, this one is the default output of the system. We can customize this one. But also, this one is only from the simple way of creating this report. Okay, but after this, then we're going to create the other way. Okay, now from this report file, you can see there's a lot of what do you call that, default here. Let's say I want to see the cash unit list. The cash unit list. Okay, so how many cash unit lists in this building? Select this one, and then by this time I will not create from selected, but I will create from all. Okay, just click create from all, and then there you go. So this is the total number of cash unit in our model. So 1A1, what is that A1? That one is the whole slab. The whole slab. And then you can see here 4 PL 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know what is PL, what did I put in the PL planks. I think that one is the planks, 24 by 150. The planks. I put PL as the prefix. And then W1 to W13. So I have W1 to W13. Some of them are 4 pieces, some of them are 1 piece only. 4 pieces, it means 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? But why this one W 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 1, 1? So maybe that one is different. I changed something, that's why it's become 1, 1, 1. But it should be 4, 4, 4. Yeah. Okay, now. So once we have this grid views, right? So kindly go to this drawing and report, and then create drawing, GA drawing, create drawing, GA drawing. Alright, so click GA drawing, and then here, these are remember we created the view, right? So the view will come here. So now we're going to create the drawing out of this view. That's the reason why when I told you, if your view is something like 3D, make it as a plane, so that when we create the 2D drawing, it's still a plane, right? Not a 3D view, unless you are doing a 3D. This one, this is the 3D view, okay? Because this one, I can plot this one inside the drawing, this view, right? Okay, now let's create 3 views in one drawing paper. 3 views. What view? 3D, grid C, and first floor. Okay? So we'll create 3D, grid C, and then first floor. Or first floor and then grid C. Okay? So 3 views in one view. Because there is an option here, all selected views in one drawing. There is also an option here, 1 drawing per view. If you have a bigger plan or bigger elevation, so only in one drawing, there's only 1 view. But at the moment, what we're going to do is, let's say, 3D, elevation, and plan. Okay? So, 3D, before we create that one, kindly go to this drawing properties, kindly click the drawing properties. And then, just leave it as a standard, and then we can type here, erection drawing, okay? So under the erection drawing, go to the layout, and then GA, make it specified size, and then change it to 841 by 594. So that's the A1, and then apply, and okay. All right, apply and okay. And then under the view, I want you to change the scale to 50. 1:50. But of course, anytime you can change that one once we create. But at the moment, by default, it will create 1:50 size. But if the 1:50 is small, then we can make it big. If it is big, we can make it small later. Okay? So, apply and okay. So, dimensioning, Dimensioning, you want to have a grid line dimension on. You want to have an overall dimension. Let's turn it on. So where is the dimension? The right and below, or left and then above?
Left above.
Left above. So that will be our dimension. Automatically, there will be a dimension on the grid line. Okay? So apply and okay. Alright, under the parts, go to the field, then change this one to none. Change the parts to none. Alright? The field, none. So there will be no hatch. Okay? Again, under the part, this one part, and then fill, and then change this one to none. So basically, these are the settings of what you want to see in the model, or in the drawing. Okay. So let's see. First, the reinforcement. Is the reinforcement is visible? Okay, not visible. It's okay. The mesh is also not visible. Then it's okay. We can turn it on later. Okay. So at the moment, we need to create the drawing. Okay. So if you're happy with this setting, okay, if you're happy with this setting, kindly apply, and then click OK. And then now we select the 3D, the grid C, and then the first floor. 3D, grid C, and then the first floor. You got it? And then click open drawing and then create. Okay? Kindly click create. And that's it. So now, whatever we have modeled, the system will create the drawing for us, which is this one. Or maybe I'll just put this one here, and then the plan here, and then the elevation will be here. Okay, so I have now a better viewing. Alright? So here, automatically there will be a dimension here, and then the dimension also. Now, how about this one? As you can see here, there is no rebar, right? There is no rebar. Okay, in 3D view, if I turn on the rebar, there is a possibility that all the rebar will be shown, even the far side will be shown. So it will be a mess, right? Am I right? If I turn on the rebar here, every rebar will be shown here, and it's a mess. But basically, for 3D view, it's also good for us to show the exposed rebar only. Right? Only the exposed rebar. So how we are going to show the exposed rebar only here? Okay, the 3D, okay. Look, if you click on this box, double click on that particular view, because this one has a hierarchy of the view. If I click on this one, so this setting is for the 3 views. But if I click that particular element, or that particular box, this one, so this one is only, I'm going to modify only this particular box. Okay, so where are we going to change it? So go to the reinforcement. So here I'll just say visible, and then here double lines. Okay, if I modify, look, this one will be a mess. I just want to show you. So look, there's a lot of reinforcement, right? But I don't want to see the reinforcement inside. I want to see only the exposed reinforcement. In one click of a button, just one click of a button, and then modify. So this one, it will show only the exposed reinforcement. Quickly. Okay? And there you go. So, if you don't want to show the grid line here, then simply click the grid and then turn off this one. Turn off this one, or maybe just make it not visible, and then modify. So there will be no grid line on the 3D view. And there you go. It's Very clean 3D view. Okay, next is this one. Of course, if you are in the plan view, in the erection drawing, you want to know the piece mark and the profile, correct? So here, again, if I double click on this, because the 3D doesn't need the profile, it's quite too much. So in this case, let's say the plan view, I'm going to add now the part mark here, part mark, and then let's say the main part, then here I want to add the assembly position, at the same time I want to add the profile. Okay, so here I can change this one to 2 and then modify. So let's see. So this one I don't need to add that one manually, but here look, it will add here automatically. So now what if I want to change that one to a this one, modify without a leader line, and there you go. So this one is without the leader line, or you can choose differently here. Let's say this one, modify. Yeah. So if you're okay with this one, then we'll leave this one as it is. This one is W5, because this one is, I think the first floor plan is, I think 15 millimeter up, something like that. That's why it's it shows this one. But anyway, if you here, you can click individually, and then you can also change. You can force that one to be like this. You can still force it if you like. But if you're okay with this one, then do it. And then here, let's say modify, so I can force it this way. So here, because there are 2 walls, one below and one above, so I can just simply, I can delete one of this. Alright? So this one is okay. And these are the planks. So this one, I have there is a plate here, no need. This plate. Okay? So these are what do you call that, the piece marking. And okay, what if you want to add that one manually, you don't need to type also. But look, let's say I select all this, I select this, and this. Okay, so if you notice here, I can easily select all the walls. Right click, I can also add part mark. So what the part mark, let's say assembly position and then the profile. So this one, 2, then modify. So there you go. So you have now this piece mark form. Or what I can do is again select this one. I change this one to this. Modify. Yeah, something like that, much better. So you have the piece mark for each and every element. Okay, so this is the erection drawing. But of course, in the erection drawing, if you want to have a detail, okay, let's say I want to show the detail, detail of this. Let's say this connection, right? This one. So I can make a what do you call that, a view, and then make a detailed view here. So let's say from here, this one, and then put it here. Because this one is a detailed view, I need to change this scale to what? I need to change the scale to 10. Modify. Because this one is a detailed view again, I can okay, look, I can extend that one, and then here I can show you the reinforcement, something like this. Yeah. And then from this reinforcement, I can now, let's say this one, I can add the reinforcement mark, modify. So I have this reinforcement mark 5HA. If I want to add also a pull out picture with the dimension. Okay, modify. So this is the okay, and let's say for example a section. I want to have a the section connection here. Let's say this one here. Section. So here. So now you have this 1:10. So you can see that there is a section here. Okay, and then this section, look, if I sorry, maybe I'll put the section here so that you can see here. So look, if this section, if I move this section from here to here, look what will happen here. It changed, right? It's something like whatever the section, it will change. See? Automatically. Even though it's a 3D, it's considered that one as a even though it's a 2D, it's considered as a 3D. So you can see here, and then you can now add the dimensioning if you like. So let's from here to here it's 70, and from here to here it's 20. So this one, this one, this one, and this one, something like this. So you can add those information. Okay, so you have now the 3D, you have the section, and then you have also the blew up detail. So now, if you're okay with this one, then you can also print this one into the PDF file.